Imagine this. You're so rich that when you go on vacation, your spending literally crashes entire economies. Yeah, I'm not talking Elon Musk rich or Jeff Bezos rich. I'm talking about Mansa Musa, the 14th century king from West Africa whose fortune was so mind-blowingly huge, historians still can't put a number on it. Some say he'd make today's billionaires look broke. But here's the thing. This isn't just a story about money. It's a story about power, faith, gold, and legacy. So grab a drink, sit tight, because we're diving into how one African ruler became the richest man to ever walk the earth, and how his journey changed the world forever. All right, let's rewind. It's the early 1300s. Europe's struggling through wars and plagues. But far south, across the Sahara Desert, lies the Mali Empire, a land overflowing with gold, trade, and culture. This wasn't some small desert kingdom. Mali was a giant, stretching across modern-day Mali, Senegal, Niger, and beyond. It was one of the biggest empires on the planet, and sitting at the top of it all, Mansa Musa. Now, Mansa means king of kings. And Musa? Well, Musa was that guy. He became ruler around 1312, inheriting an empire already rich from gold and salt. But under his leadership, Mali's wealth exploded. He turned trade routes into gold pipelines. Timbuktu became a magnet for scholars, traders, and architects. But the moment that put Mansa Musa on the world map, literally, was his legendary pilgrimage to Mecca. Let's talk about that. Because this trip wasn't your average religious journey. No, this was the most extravagant road trip in human history. Picture this. The year is 1324. Mansa Musa decides to make the sacred Hajj to Mecca. But instead of traveling low-key, he rolls out with, wait for it, 60,000 people. His entourage included soldiers, slaves, officials, musicians, and attendants. Oh, and hundreds of camels, each carrying hundreds of pounds of pure gold. Imagine that sight. A golden caravan cutting across the Sahara, shimmering under the sun. The sand literally glowing from the reflection of all that wealth. And here's where it gets wild. When Musa passed through Cairo, Egypt, he didn't just visit. He transformed the economy. He handed out so much gold, buying gifts, trading, and helping the poor, that he caused inflation. Gold became so common in Cairo that its value dropped for over a decade. Like, imagine someone visiting your city and spending so much money that your currency loses value for 12 years. That's next-level rich. And word of this insane journey spread fast. Traders, scholars, and mapmakers couldn't stop talking about the mysterious African king dripping in gold. Soon, Mansa Musa appeared on maps all across Europe, drawn wearing a golden crown, holding a golden staff, and clutching, you guessed it, a golden nugget the size of an apple. But here's what made Musa truly legendary. He didn't just flex his wealth. He used it to build something lasting. When he returned home from Mecca, he brought back architects, scholars, and artists. One of them, Abu Ishaq al-Sahili, helped Musa design stunning mosques and palaces, like the famous Jingareber Mosque in Timbuktu. He poured gold into education, founding libraries and universities that made Timbuktu the city of knowledge. Students, scientists, and poets came from across Africa and the Middle East to study there. For a time, Timbuktu became the Oxford of Africa, and all this in the 1300s. Meanwhile, Europe hadn't even hit the Renaissance yet. Now here's something people often miss. Mansa Musa wasn't just about gold and glory. He was deeply religious and saw his wealth as a gift from God. His journey to Mecca wasn't just about showing off. It was an act of faith. He built mosques not just as monuments, but as places of worship and learning. But of course, power always comes with challenges. Managing such a huge empire wasn't easy. After Musa's death, Mali slowly began to decline. Trade routes shifted, rival kingdoms rose, and the golden age faded. But the legend of Mansa Musa never disappeared. Hundreds of years later, economists still try to estimate his wealth. Some modern sources claim his fortune would be worth over $400 billion today. But honestly, that number doesn't even do it justice. Musa's wealth wasn't just in gold. It was in influence, knowledge, and legacy. Think about it. A man who lived 700 years ago, from a part of Africa most of the world didn't even know existed, became the symbol of unimaginable riches. His name is still used to inspire songs, businesses, even memes. And his story? It challenges everything we've been taught about where power and wealth once came from. So next time you hear someone talk about the richest people in history, remember, before Bezos, before Musk, before Rockefeller, there was Mansa Musa, the golden king of Mali, whose wealth was so vast it literally reshaped economies and redefined what it meant to be. Mansa Musa's story isn't just about riches. It's about vision, the power to build, to share, and to inspire. The true mark of wealth isn't how much gold you have, it's what you leave behind. If you enjoyed this story and want more epic tales from Africa's hidden history, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Tell me, if you had Mansa Musa's gold, what would you do with it?